What up, people? Let that simmer for a little bit.
Let it simmer. Low heat. Turn it down.
Ooh, yeah.
Just before the flame goes out. Just like right there. Right there.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Vets with Vendettas. I'm your host, Lee Wiggins, and this is episode 11. To my right, as always, the guy who watches more porn than an 18-year-old virgin, Chuck, the Big Man Dukes.
I can't even argue with that. I give half my salary to Pornhub.
And from our satellite location, the guy who thinks wearing socks is a conspiracy, Ben Cornish.
I can never find one. They're always missing.
Fucking... Oh my! I'm the first one to break it. Sock gnomes. I said it because we're trying to get a little more clean, guys. We're trying to get clean. Look, less cursing.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, man. Okay, anyway, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna do something a little different, guys. We're gonna cut our segments in half. We're gonna do a half hour of just current events from the week, and then we're gonna second half. We're gonna do our topics. This helps out.
I don't know.
What are you laughing about?
Ben's doing stupid stuff.
Oh my god! I
wish I did the cut it out. You remember that in the 90s?
Cut it.
Yeah.
God, you're such a
Something
nerd.
like that.
Yeah.
All right, Diggy, we're gonna start off with you. For our news.
Oh, it's the other one. This one on the end. There you go.
Start. I hit the X one back.
I like this.
This is our news.
Lee is doing the soundboard. I don't have to do it. First, out the gate here. A legend, an icon. 007 himself has passed away. 2020 could not get any worse.
I hate you,
I
2020.
hate this year.
Than it is right now. Sean Connery is dead.
Cut. I can't do a show anymore.
At the age of 90. That's sad.
No, but seriously, I love Sean Connery. My favorite of his was The Rock.
Dude, hands down.
Yes. That was a great movie. I like that and Entrapment.
Only a 75-year-old man, Sean Connery, make a 75 man look badass. You know what I mean? He did a great job in that.
Yeah, but yeah, The Rock.
Welcome to The Rock.
Yeah.
It's gotta be probably his best movie.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else like around that age that he did that was any good.
No.
I mean, he hit Bond before, but he wasn't. He was in
he was way
30s or 40s.
He was young when he did Bond.
Didn't he do
sex symbol, dude, for years?
Yeah.
Wasn't he King Richard in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
No, not Men in Tights. That's the funny version.
No, yeah, that's the funny
one.
But
wasn't he in that?
No,
he wasn't in that. He was he played
he was in the
he was the
There Can Only Be One. The Highlander. That's what you're thinking of, right?
No, this was it was medieval times with Richard Gere. And he went through the
like Lancelot and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's called Lancelot, but I know
Knights of the Round Table and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the movie, but yeah, that was he was an asshole in that movie. He had the dude killed, I think, but well.
All right, so we went on to our next one. It's a little sad, but go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So we've covered this previously in the show. The dude Kyle Rittenhouse, the young guy who was on camera fighting for his life in that protest in Kenosha.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, after that guy was killed in the protests or whatever. Anyway, he got extradited back to Wisconsin because, as a lot of people know, he lived literally like right outside of Wisconsin in, I don't know.
I can't remember the...
Yeah, whatever. The state is like right there. He drove like 20 minutes across state lines with his AR. He shot and killed those. Well, he killed two guys and wounded the third, I guess.
Yeah.
And so now
he's being he faces one count of each first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree reckless homicide, one count of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and possessing a dangerous weapon as a minor.
I mean, I think some of that might stick. I mean, he did possess, but
Granted,
I don't think he gets hung out to dry.
No. But the thing is there's proof of him showing up earlier in the day or the day before or something like that and cleaning up the graffiti. Not just that, after it happened, I mean, there's video footage of him giving up.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say, I think what episode it was, but you said that he was like he said, if someone gets shot or whatever, or hurt,
Right,
he's going to go and help somebody out, like a medic or whatever.
Yeah, he had his medic bag and
What a prick he is.
So I think that is going to help his case.
I think it also depends what type of judge he gets to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Some judges don't go by the actual law.
Yeah, because that is...
The law should be the law. Regardless of what color you are, how old you are, the law should be the law. With that? The laws should be blind.
Yeah. But he's white,
I mean, all right.
He should use that privilege.
See, I don't know if I
White
agree with
privilege.
that totally, because if you go strictly by the law, he was a minor in possession of a rifle
Right.
across state lines,
Yeah.
and people died. So, I mean, looking at it in that aspect, I don't know if I would want him to completely go by the book. Because, I mean, he's still going to get possession of a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the book,
crossing state lines.
But the big thing is he shot someone, and if he did it in self-defense, he has nothing to worry about.
Right. Now, by the law, that's self-defense.
Right. I mean, I would take the crossing lines with a deadly weapon, because it's probably, a year, maybe 2?
Yeah. And
I mean, I don't know their state laws, but, it's like a slap on the wrist compared to 20, 30 years. Or,
Right. I think he should be released, and a monument should be.
You want to eat that cornbread? Yeah, sure, man. Just take it.
Wash my drawers in the sink.
I think they need to free him and give him a monument, because he is an example of what we should be.
Yeah.
Dude, he was out there cleaning up. All right. Now, granted, yes, he did cross state lines with a weapon. Okay, I get that that's bad. But he was out there to help,
True.
A 17-year-old.
Yeah, it wasn't premeditated. It wasn't. He wasn't like, I'm out here to murder me some people.
Right.
Right.
I'm not here to clean up the streets of liberals. I get them all. Bye-bye, liberals.
Yeah, he was out there to help the community, to help protect the community, which is why he brought the weapon.
Right.
And I get that. It's just, I don't know, man.
It's one of them tricky situations.
Yeah, we'll stay cool. We'll stay on top of this story, guys. We'll keep.
Oh, this was hilarious. Joe Biden canceled the rest of his Texas tour.
Yes,
the other day because there were too many Trump supporters at the Biden rallies.
Yeah, we got some audio from Joe Biden's response to that. Oh, what was that, Joe?
It's all right, Joe.
Yeah. And then there was a video.
I was waiting to use that.
There was a video where there was 30, 40 trucks all maggot out and trumped out.
And it looked like, maybe it was just to the camera, but it looks like the bus was trying to haul ass.
Yeah.
And they were just following right along.
They were escorting them.
Yeah.
They were in the front of the bus. They were, it was, I believe it was Kamala Harris that was inside the bus doing her tour. And they were they were like, get out of here.
Bye-bye.
Surrounded by Trump supporters.
Look, man,
so
you got AOC and all these other people sitting there telling their disciples to make sure that conservatives and Trump supporters feel unwanted.
Yeah.
Okay. They've been saying it for months now.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what the Trump supporters decided to do.
Right. And it's true. I've seen the videos on Dan Bongino.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them even on Fox News. They cover it because it all comes down to enthusiasm. And this is what we talked about right before the show. You cannot deny the enthusiasm for Trump. Trump was just here yesterday. He did 4 rallies. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Day before?
It's been the last 3 days. He's doing every day.
He's been constant.
And 4 or 5 a day.
And you're thinking, 8, 9
in
o'clock
different
at night.
states.
Today he's going to do his last one's at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the guy's 74 years old.
Yeah. I mean,
that dude has more energy than I do.
Joe's done at 9:30 a.m., man. Dude,
And
Joe puts that cap at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter where he goes. There are 20 to 30,000 screaming MAGA maniacs.
Now, Ben, you know this.
And then another couple thousand outside.
Yes.
Ben, you would know this better than Diggs and I, because him and I didn't like Trump or didn't pay attention to politics back then. Was there any kind of enthusiasm like this at all back then? I mean,
oh, yeah.
Was it like this, though?
No.
Okay.
No, it was not to this extent. Wow. Actually, I believe it's ramped up quite a bit.
I believe so, too.
I went to one rally in 2016. They had it at the airfield up here.
Was that with the pointed hats and the holes cut out?
Sorry. You got me, you jerk.
Go ahead. I was
no, but I mean, like, granted, there was definitely at least a couple thousand people there.
Right.
No, nobody was waiting outside, but there were a few, demonstrators, Hillary supporters out there at the time, but it wasn't nearly what he's doing now. I mean, he's packing arenas, man. Like,
man.
They had to move to the airfield because there's just too many.
Yeah, and think about this in flip-flop version. You do not see any Biden supporters outside of a Trump rally. None.
Nope.
Because they know they get
see
their
more
ass
Trump
beat.
supporters than you do. You really do.
I mean, they'd be terrified.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't think they would get their asses beat, and that's the difference.
Well,
okay?
Yeah, they would probably make them cry and maybe potentially commit suicide.
Did you guys see that
at
one?
Most, but you see people going to Black Lives Matter demonstrations and stuff. I'll call them that, okay?
Yeah.
And they're literally getting physically assaulted. But you don't see that really too much from the other side. I mean, there is some, but it's not nearly what they are giving out.
Yeah. Not at all. It's not even close. I mean, this dude comes out of Marine One. He's got a stack of MAGA hats, and people are screaming. I mean, I've never voted before in my life.
Me neither.
Never voted before in my life. I never even cared. I never knew that the president picked Supreme Court judge. I didn't know any of that. I didn't pay attention to politics whatsoever. The last 7 months, I have educated myself to this point where I'm just like, it's so exciting.
Even before we started doing the show, I was doing research, and I said, hey, while we're doing this research, why don't we just put our information out there? And that's why we decided to do this.
Yeah.
And I really haven't done this much research since.
No.
Never. I'm in school now, and I don't do this much research. I spend more time doing the show than I do my college degree.
And my research continues because I argue with people online, on Facebook mostly, right? And they'll say, "Oh, Trump's racist," and I'm like,
they can't name one thing.
I'm like, prove it.
I'm like, send me a link.
Where's the video?
Send me a link. Send me a news article. Whatever. A lot of the things that they bring up, and this is kind of like
it goes back to the whole, he said they're very fine people, but it's easily debunked when you show them the full video.
But it goes back even further than that. A lot of people will say he's racist, and Joe Biden brought this up when at the second debate, he was talking about I can't remember the exact name they call them in the news, but like the New York Five. It was 5 black dudes who got accused of killing some woman in the park. Or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember where they called him the something 5 or whatever. What people don't realize is, and I only say this because I've argued with people over this exact thing. Trump, I'll give you the short version, and then I'll give you what was behind it. So what happened was these 5 people were arrested. 5 black guys were arrested. They admitted to doing the crime. After they admitted to doing the crime, Trump wrote an article in like Time magazine or something and said that they deserved the death penalty. Why wouldn't he?
Right. I think if they were, no matter what they were,
this woman with like a rock and killed her. Anybody would have felt they deserved the death penalty.
If they're white, Chinese, whatever, whoever,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
So once we come to find out, those people were actually released because after years and years of them being in prison, DNA evidence came out that they were innocent. So now those 5 guys have been released, but people were like, Trump called them said that they deserve the death penalty. I'm like, I would have thought they deserved the death penalty. Yeah. If that was my daughter, right, I'd have been like, kill all 5 of those dudes.
Yep.
And so, but we're giving them flack about. I mean, it was Trump. Think about how many millions of Americans felt the exact same way, but because it was
I'm sure
Trump,
he wasn't the only one, yeah.
Because it was Trump, I'm just so but anyway, getting back, enthusiasm is the big thing right now. I mean, what I saw on CNN is, dude, I swear they're fishing. They're fishing. They're trying to, because we're not dumb. No three of us, millions of Americans, we're not dumb.
Except if you're a liberal. Oh. Sorry, I just get a shot.
I don't even think it's stupidity. It's just, a lot of them have like their whole family votes that way, so they feel obligated to do the same. Or
maybe in some families, because I talk to people on Facebook and Twitter, and they say, "Oh, excuse me," that their sons or daughters are liberals, but they're conservatives. So, and like, oh, I failed as a parent. So I don't think that's always the case.
No.
I think that's their friends maybe
every
too.
time. I'm not saying every time, but that could be a for instance, or
you just got fact checked.
Yes, I love it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. That's perfect.
I'm sorry, I had to use it, man. Go ahead.
But no, man, that could be a for instance, or they're stupid, I guess. I don't know.
No,
like I said.
What I was going to say was the media, like not most of the media, the liberal media, the bias,
which is like 95% of the media.
Yes. They think we're dumb in the sense that we all notice these rallies. You can't deny it. The cameraman is like panning out, and it's a sea of red.
People, yeah.
And so they tried to cover it the other day on CNN. They said, well, they had somebody on the show and they were like, well, what do you tell, Biden supporters when there's an overwhelming number of Trump supporters at these rallies? Should we tell them to panic, or it's something along those lines? And they were basically saying the reason why Biden rallies are so small is because he's worried about COVID and
that's such crap,
and it not being a super spreader event. And
your mask work, right?
So why don't you said, dude, I swear they even said this. They said at one event, there was a good, I don't know, let's say 50 people because they claim they're having these car rallies, which I've never heard of until this year.
Oh.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. It's COVID or whatever, but even when they say so, when you have an influx in your voice, when you're like, it's not about the red states, it's not about the blue states, it's about the United States. You build up to that thing, and people, and that's when people are like, ah,
yeah, going crazy.
Right.
Now, when Biden has those moments of levity, you hear like one car be like, meh.
You're like one person like golf clapping.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear like 1-2 horns, like meh, meh, meh. Yeah, and that's probably like his wife, or
right,
some Boston,
you told man,
some Boston Terriers loose in somebody's car. Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Like I don't know.
They take some biscuits to the steering wheel.
me. Yeah. So, but anyway, they said at that one rally there was about, I don't know, 50 people in there or so. And they tried to say that more Biden supporters showed up, but they were turned away at the gate. So they had to stay out because they had reached capacity. And I'm like, they are out of their minds.
It's bullshit, guys.
But yeah, for sure. If you cannot tell me that if 40,000 Biden supporters and some random state showed up, a huge liberal, let's say he goes to Seattle or Portland. Let's say Portland.
I believe that.
And there was 40,000 people. They would not let all those people in to be like, look at us.
Yeah, of course
we can match a Trump rally. They would totally let it happen.
In a
absolutely.
heartbeat.
And it's just sad. And all these pollsters.
They're trying to look generous and caring by having these smaller crowds. No, it's a load of crap.
With the circles.
Nobody's showing up.
And we're seeing
it's a load of malarkey.
Some malarkey. I love that. Darn it, you beat me to it. I wanted to use that word. Bullpucky.
It's just, man, it is it's just the contrast of these events. It's like the United States is excited about voting this year. When you look at these polls of people who've never voted before, first time voters, the pollsters are all like, the Democrats are, vote. Dude, I'm telling you, this is going to be like, I'm not into the prediction game, but my opinion, it is going to be a landslide.
Well, let's just do it now then. That'd be that question I wanted to ask you before the show. Ben, let's go your prediction first. How many states do you think he's going to win?
Ooh.
And do you think he's going to flip any? Like blue states, like New York, California. Definitely not going to flip Oregon. Forget
I'll
that.
be honest.
No.
Okay, the whole delegate thing, probably not. But I think the popular vote might be New York. He might flip it. Because driving around up here, man, I see 10 times more Trump signs than I do Biden-Harris.
But you live in like the country, not like the city part, like that's where all the majority of voters are going to come from.
I'm talking New York as a state.
I know, but like the state, the city alone outnumbers the whole rest of the state probably.
Look at New York City's situation right now. It's crazy, man. I mean, like crime rates are 600%
wow
from last year. Some crazy freaking number like that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So to answer my question.
Okay.
You got going off on.
I was listening. I was like, go ahead, man. 600%.
Sorry, I was just trying to keep it short.
I don't know.
Like 46, 45?
I would say at least 46.
That's what I was going to say, like 45, 46.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think? Diggs.
Yeah, I think about the same, dude. Like, I honestly, aside from maybe Oregon, dude, I'm telling you, I see the stuff going on in Cali too.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I think he's going to flip California.
I think so, dude.
People are fed up.
The hashtag walk away is going on.
Yeah.
They're fed up with, what's his name out there? Newsom?
Yeah.
Newsom?
Oh, that Dingleberry.
Yeah.
They're sick of Cuomo. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Chuck Schumer.
Pelosi.
Dude,
I'm telling you, it's, how many senators, Republican senators, are like 52, 53?
I can't remember. 52, I think. No, 53, yeah.
53. Dude, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 63.
Yeah. I think they're going to take both House and the.
Because in a lot of those states, they're just going to Republican down the line.
I'm definitely going down.
They're not going to be like Republican, Democrat, Republican.
So it's interesting to see when we post this next week because the results already come out. Because by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be like November 6th or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
See, look right here, man. Another thing on Twitter here happening now. Massive Jews for Trump caravan stretching miles in New York City.
Dude, they even had was it like Vietnams for Trump?
Yeah.
Down in South Florida, they had all the Cubans for Trump. They were like dancing in the street and all. I'm like, and had one guy on Twitter was like, "Man, these Russians are really sneaky getting these guys to vote for Trump."
Dude, what is
Russians,
it?
man.
There's no way, man. To me, look, people, there's no way. For even here in Pennsylvania, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I see 30 Trump signs in yards compared to one Biden.
Yep.
I think it's going to be something we've never, ever seen before in our lives. I mean, just you look at the screen, it's just going to be red.
Yep. I think it's going to be a monumental turnout, not just for Trump, but for people physically going and voting.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the early votes is already breaking.
And I'm definitely watching a liberal channel just so I can see them crying again.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. I want to be.
Oh my God,
great.
I can't believe this again.
The one guy on CNN that was like, "Look, if I'm wrong about these polls, then I guess I'm just done." And I'm like, "Dude, you might as well just
quit now.
You're done.
You might as well just quit now."
Dude, I don't follow any of those polls, man.
Nobody does.
Even the
Except
exit
the liberals.
polls.
Yeah.
Even the exit polls showed Hillary winning.
And if you don't know what exit polls are, I didn't know this until now. I did research. It's literally right after you vote, on your way out the door, they ask you, "Hey, do you mind telling us who you voted for?" That's an exit poll.
Oh.
Yep.
And so they like, "Oh, who's Trump?" Okay. And so they try and throw that into the mix, like exit polls show, whatever. But most people, like Trump said at the
There's
rally,
a lot of trolls though, because I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, when people call me, I say Biden, even though I vote for Trump."
Yeah. But Trump even
Right.
said at his rally, he's like, "You had people at exit polls telling people go F yourself or something, like, or none of your business, or It's just, it's exciting, man.
I can't
it's
wait.
exciting. It's all coming to fruition.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next topic here.
Okay, so a woman in Maryland by the name of Vivian Bailey, who actually turned out to be a World War II veteran, skydived for the first time in her life
Without a parachute. She said, screw it. I've been on this.
Take me, Jesus!
I've been on this plane way too long.
No, she skydived at 102.
Wow.
First time in her life. She said she was
God
inspired
bless
by
you.
George Bush doing it at 90.
Wow. That's right. He did do it. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Old turd.
Wow.
Dude, she needs a medal or something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they changed her depend in the air? They're free falling or like?
Dude, you took one of my jokes. I was going to say
Dude,
something when she came down.
She went commando. She went commando.
Commando.
Oh my God.
Oh God, just a week's worth of prune juice and raisins coming out.
God.
Wind catches it like 4 counties down.
Stop, dude.
Well, we salute you.
No,
that's
but seriously,
horrible.
you're a badass,
You're
Vivian.
badass.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Man, 102. Jesus. Dude, can you imagine? That means she was born in 1918,
Jesus Christ.
right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what this
Before
woman
the
has
Great
seen?
Depression,
Oh my
before
God.
World War
Nuts.
One, before
Nuts.
World War II, before Korea, before
Yeah.
man,
She's seen
She's
some
seen
shit.
it all, dude.
before
she has seen it all.
before manufacturing, before
Prohibition, 2 world wars.
Ford.
I mean, come on.
the big steel industry. Oh my God, dude, that is like
A lot of bad movies.
Casablanca.
Ah, shit, I wet my ass with
Yeah.
these.
Man, but that 102 years old, you get a lot.
Well, lady, God bless you.
Yeah.
God damn.
All right, so what do you got next? So I'm gonna read the title of this because it was hilarious. It said, "Do you ever think a crook could be arrested twice in one day?"
Nobody's that dumb.
Yeah, you would.
Or
think.
are they?
You would think
Well, not just that. You would think our judicial system was,
somewhat.
better than that.
No, that's not the case. Lawrence Crook is his name. 37 of Jersey City was arrested twice in the same day.
You freaking idiot.
Ugh.
Twice in the same day. So hold on, I have this pulled up here on the
Dude, he had to pay for his court costs somehow.
yeah.
You know?
So it basically said that he hold on, let me turn this. So the first time he was arrested, it was hold on, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up real quick. I just got to scroll up a little bit. Okay, so he was charged with first-degree larceny, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia for the first incident, and then third-degree burglary and first-degree criminal trespass for the second incident. And bail for the first time, he posted his bail $300. And he was arrested the second time in less than an hour.
Bro, you don't
That's
have
got
to
to be a record.
you don't have
It has
to
to be.
you don't have to take your last name literally. Okay?
Yeah, I mean- That's crazy, man.
if your last name was
Ugh.
man lover, I mean, what would,
Twice.
be smarter, people. Be
Twice
smarter.
in a, like,
Dude.
I've never been arrested.
It doesn't even surprise me how dumb people are.
Yeah, I've never
You
been.
would think
Yeah, go ahead.
you would think he would have learned his lesson.
Apparently not.
I guess common sense ain't so common anymore.
Nah, maybe he's like, all right, here's 300 cash. As soon as like, all right, here's your belongings. He comes outside. I mean, what do? You take a deep breath. He's like, freedom. What's that over there?
Damn.
Is that something left unattended? I break in.
Maybe he got that. What's that syndrome called where they get institutionalized?
Yeah.
He's in for a couple hours. I can't live on the outside, man. I'm gonna go steal that bike.
Yeah. Shawshank Redemption.
Right.
Carves his name and hangs himself.
Sir, you've only been in jail for 2 hours.
Yeah, Crooks. Yeah, yeah, man. That was a sad part of that movie,
Oh,
man.
don't get me started. That was, it was really sad.
Crooks.
Depressing.
Feeding his little bird. Anyway,
Next one.
that was really it. I mean, at the end of the program, our first like fan mail, I guess you could say it was. I was very
Message.
excited. A woman, very nice, sweet lady by the name of Marisa Lee Kelly.
Hope you said that name right.
I did, because she said it rhymes with Teresa.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because it looks like Marissa.
Right.
Yeah, but she was like, no, it rhymes with Teresa. So I'm
Okay.
giving her her shout out. But she wrote us a nice poem. So the first fan mail I got, it was fan mail.
Thank you for that.
Hey, I wrote you guys a poem, for veterans. And so
I did see that.
yeah, I read it and I was like, that's awesome. It's a short, sweet poem that she wrote. And she had some family members that served and stuff. So I was like, well, if it's okay with you, can I read it on the show? And she was like, absolutely. Just make sure you get my name right. So I was like, I got you covered. So yeah. So we thank you for that. And that's all I've got for the quote unquote rapid fire. We didn't really announce it, but
Well, I mean, it's not really longer rapid fire. It's just
No.
a whole
it's just
show.
it's just our segment.
One thing I'd like to know, okay, with all these, fact checkers nowadays,
True.
why does nobody fact check Joe Biden?
People do, I would say, but you just
only conservatives would.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm talking about mainstream media people. All right,
I
I see
mean-
it every once in a while on like Fox News, but
they just had the CEO of Twitter, they had Zuckerberg all testifying again, and they're just spewing more lies until they repeal Section 230. This is out of control. And for you people at home, like, you should be absolutely terrified that we have gotten to this point where major media outlets can censor important information that could affect an election within days of an election.
Yeah.
Not just an election, but what about your health? Okay, they're censoring hydroxychloroquine stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's put the parties aside.
Yeah, keep a lookout for future lawsuits on that.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Right.
Yeah.
Load of shit.
I've never.
Sorry. Damn.
So close, Ben. So close. I thought at least I thought I was going to be the only one to
It
mess it
wasn't
up.
that bad.
No. I mean, actually, that word is. They say it on TV, so it's not really as bad as it was. So.
It's like,
I mean, they said it's not really a curse word anymore. So I was like, it's the F bombs we have to kind of cut down on.
Yeah. So
certain people have to. We're not going to mention any names.
One other thing I wanted to bring up is 34 states will not accept ballots that arrive after mail-in ballots after the election day. So if you have mail-in ballots, get it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to vote in person, man. I don't care if I have to be
but
3 hours. I'm going in person.
Getting back to that whole, the polls and all this other, and they're saying, the Democrat numbers, especially in Florida, outweigh the, Republican numbers by millions. As far as early voting, I'm just like, dude, it's the whole thing. This whole time's been the silent majority. Dan Bongino's talked about it. We've talked about it. We've bumped into people. I was just at my job site. I'm an electrician. We're wiring up this whole electric apartment building. So it's kind of monotonous because we're literally just going from one apartment to the next, to the next, to the next. I mean, it's just like boring. Right. But anyway, some HVAC guys came in, and I was just talking to another guy, and they were just up on the ladder doing whatever. And I said, hey, Trump's going to be in Lidditz today. Right. It was the day Trump was coming to Lidditz. And where I was working is literally 2 minutes from that airport. I'm not kidding. 2 minutes. From your house, Lee, it's like
5-10 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. So we were just a little bit past the airport, this place called Wilbur Chocolate. And I said that to a guy, and these HVAC guys looked at me, and at the same time, they're like, you voting for Trump? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm voting for Trump. And they're like, awesome, man. I'm like, it's the silent majority, man.
Yeah, a lot of Trump supporters don't announce they're Trump supporters unless you just don't care. Like like Diggs, he doesn't care who's going to fight you.
Same here, dude. I wear my Trump hat out.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but if I did, I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But it's like,
I
I went and dropped my son off at his friend's house yesterday, right? You know, I told you about that earlier. They live in like ritzy, like liberal central.
Oh god.
And
So they have indoor plumbing.
Huh?
So they have indoor plumbing.
I like my outhouse.
It smells, but
No.
I love her.
but it was funny because like their neighbors across the street had this like little Biden sign out, and then they had this freaking pumpkin that's just MAGA 2020. It was awesome.
Nice. How are we on time on here?
I don't know. I should have
36-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 35, some change.
All right. I mean,
I started before you.
well, right. So we're probably like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 35.
All right. Well, I mean, we can wrap it up unless you guys want to just touch on some Hunter Biden email stuff. I mean, that's like a pie in a whole other show.
I mean, well, but what can you say? Like, you know, we know it's all real. It's all been confirmed that
By the NSA and the
FBI is confirmed to be investigated.
Back.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I think that is what, if you were undecided, or maybe if you were decided on Biden, that crippled him.
Well, I mean, I think that the people are still brainwashed that follow the MSM. They really do believe that it's Russian disinformation. So let me get. So if you think it's Russian disinformation, I got some beachfront property I can sell you in Kansas. So let me get this straight.
It's always low tide.
So,
Oh, man.
so the Russians made Hunter Biden go into the shop, sign his name, leave it there, and then have the store owner hand it into the FBI and then make him make copies and then give it to Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a Russian
Okay.
lookalike. It was a Russian lookalike.
Yes. Yes. Could you fix this iPad top, laptop, whatever you call it?
Needs fix.
MacBook, I believe. Yes.
Computer needs fix.
Do not look and file.
Insurance.
Wink, wink.
But then on top of that, it's like, yeah, dude, it's like, I mean, were you really that high that you forgot you dropped it off?
I mean, that's
What?
possible. I mean, I don't know what it's like being on crack, obviously, but I mean, if you're really that messed up, I mean, that's probably why he left it there.
Let me tell you, it's
Or maybe maybe he tried to like sell to the guys like, hey man, just give me some crack. I don't know.
I don't know, but
It's pretty sad.
it's all been
For him.
confirmed. And somebody else, actually, ABC, the other day.
Yeah, I was surprised. AC brought it up. I was like, oh my
brought it up,
god.
and I was like, okay, we're getting some traction here.
Slowly but surely.
It's ABC.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I was watching Dan Bongino, and he brought up a good point that CNN is losing millions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
And he brought up such a good point that if you just tell the truth,
That's it.
your show would not be such. Oh God, I want to curse so bad.
Bullpucky.
Your show wouldn't be such a big steaming pile of malarkey. I mean, how do you? I don't understand this. Like, you own CNN, and you're like, wow, we are taking a hit. People aren't buying this crap anymore. Our ratings are terrible.
Yep.
So you have a meeting, and you're like, keep pushing the garbage. Keep protecting Biden at all costs.
Well, I mean, a lot of these guys are under orders for.
Yeah. I'm sure
They
the
really
deep
are.
state is like, no, you're gonna do what we say. But
Pretty much.
it's it's just I think on top of that, what's damaging the most is the viewers of CNN who believe that, you know, real news or whatever their stupid slogan is just total crap now.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Anderson Cooper back in the day who got on his knees in water and
Yeah.
and was like, "Oh, the water's flooded." I mean,
it's up to here and it's really like 6 inches.
yeah, it was like
Oh,
8
what a
inches of
joke.
water, and I'm like,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
God, like it
I mean,
almost.
they've been lying for decades. This is nothing
It
new.
almost, at some points, I sit at home on my couch and I think, I really want to be a journalist now.
The thing is, though, is now
a real
people
journalist.
are actually seeing it. I mean, look at you two, for instance. You know, up until 6-8 months ago, I mean, you guys were basically eating it up.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
now since you started doing your own research, that's key.
Yeah.
You've realized how full of peanut butter these people are.
I like it. Oh my god!
I mean, you don't have to go that clean, Ben. I mean, you can use like dump or something or poopy.
It's crunchy peanut butter.
It's
though.
crunchy peanut butter.
But it's
Lollipops and teddy bears, you son of a bitch.
It's the whole red pilled thing. Like people, millions of Americans have been red pilled in the last 2 years or 3 years or right after Trump. But like when you look at what he's done, everything he said he's going to do, he has done.
Yep.
Everything.
And just wait until after the election. And that's in a couple of days. I'm telling you right now, the gloves are coming off. You're going to see mass arrests, indictments, and then he's going after the Federal Reserve, the central banks. If you guys don't know what that is, hit me up. I'm very knowledgeable in this area. And actually, we're going to probably talk about it soon.
Yeah.
Probably the next couple episodes, I like to bring it up and kind of, educate you guys if you're not aware.
Yeah, because
It's very interesting.
if everything happens the way that we suspect it will, it's going to be a huge power switch, not only in the House, but the Senate will also go.
A lot of people think he's going to introduce the 14th Amendment, which basically makes you the whole reconstruct Congress, basically, and the whole government.
Wow.
So we'll see. I mean, he'll have the power if they try a coup. What these people are doing, there's not a conspiracy. They're on Zoom being caught trying to conspire against taking out the White House.
Shutting down DC.
Right, man.
He can enact martial law, and then he can say, you know what? This system's totally messed up. We need to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. And Congress cannot do anything. They have no power once that 14th Amendment is enacted and martial law.
No,
I didn't know that. I just read that last night. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff, guys. So.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be
checks
honest.
and balances, man. It's like these people who wrote these documents, the Constitution, they nailed it. It's almost like it's perfect.
Right.
It is perfect.
I mean, they must have had like the ultimate brainstorm.
Yeah.
I
they
mean,
sat down and they were like, all right, but what about this? And somebody was like,
someone
great
goes, you
idea.
know what, like, this is all going to change in the future, and they were smart enough to see that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest.
I can't believe it.
Just the thought of martial law alone, doesn't matter who enacts it, kind of scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, but if they're going to do what people are saying they're going to do, they're going to have to do it.
Right.
I mean,
Actually,
otherwise you're going to have people like you, all three of us out there, like with guns killing our fellow Americans. I don't want that. I would rather have the military do it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when they said, "Well, we're gonna shut down." Watch the Zoom meetings; they're out. They've been leaked.
Yep.
These people are like, we know where all the police precincts.
They want to shut down power.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna start here, and then we're gonna expand out to here within a few days, and then expand out to here, and then ultimately we're gonna shut down the entire DC. And I'm like, you are no match for our United States military.
Have you seen the
graffiti? And the veterans and the militants?
Yeah.
Have you seen the graffiti they started doing?
Yeah.
No.
It's saying elections, no. Revolution, yes.
I saw that in Philly.
That's scary shit, man.
Yeah.
Stuff, man. I mean, it's
okay.
like for real.
Yeah. Smart. And that's not even like I'm putting you. You're just not. If you
when their guns fire, it sounds like
it's
this.
It's not even smart. It's common sense. It's a lack of common sense that they think that we are just going to fall in line behind their Marxist, communist, socialist rhetoric. I don't think so.
No.
Sorry, I'm getting.
No, man, it's good. Well said, Ben. That was beautiful.
And the award goes to
Ben Cornish, aka Tattoo Daddy.
Like almost emotional about it. I was thinking like a year ago, the police shootings and things like that, and Trump, because I hated him, and I remember telling you, I'm like, dude, I'm leaving. I'm going to like Dominican Republic,
right?
One, because I love it there, but I absolutely hated the fact that I was an American. And now it is 180. I could not be more proud to be an American than I am at this moment in my life.
Me too.
I've never felt this way. I've never loved. I went and picked up a boat today down in Virginia. It was a 2-hour ride, 2 hours back. And I passed this Trump caravan coming 95 south. There was like 100 vehicles. And I was just like fist out the air, like
beeping,
you know, and I'm just like, God, I love this country, man. I love the energy. I love.
It's going to get better, man. I'm telling you.
And you know, the GDP number. He's all about himself. I cannot believe these people say this.
No,
he has done nothing for himself other than make himself poorer.
I was gonna say he's just lost a lot of money.
Right.
Everything he's
the
done.
only president that is coming out with less money than he went. He's the only politician ever who is going into an office and coming out with less money.
This man,
plain and simple,
absolutely loves this country.
Sure does.
Every square inch of it, he loves
absolutely.
Well, my thought is by the time you guys see this, Trump will be reelected. So, 4 more years, liberals. Yeah. I can't wait to see all the crying videos.
Not my president.
I'm excited to see what actually happens. I hope you guys like this. Our new segments. We're gonna do 2 parts from now on, unless someone says, "Hey, we like the one elongated episode." But I kind of like the idea of doing 2 separate episodes so we can kind of have more time to do the news. I think we all enjoy it.
Please let us know.
Guys, please comment on our YouTube or our fanbook fan page. Also, check out our shop for new merchandise. You can get our fact check shirts.
Yeah, for some reason we're all wearing fact check shirts.
This wasn't planned. This wasn't planned. I just bought a bunch of pullovers. Actually, now you can get them faster. I just ordered another pullover. It actually will be here in like 4 days. So it'll be
I was going to say mine was like 5.
Yeah, it used to be like 2 weeks, but now I guess they're caught up.
Nice.
So go check us out. Help support the show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like us, share if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'd like to reach out to the girl I spoke to in cricket today. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope you guys hope you like us. It was a nice conversation. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
That's going to be my final thoughts, guys. We'll see you on part 2, and we're going to talk about racism and the moon landing. Did we get there?
Yeah. Tune in.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the part 2.
Yeah.
Love you, America.
See you in part 2. Temporary 10-7.
I didn't say suck it, so I just said it, but it still doesn't count. Oh, man.